The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as Ambassador Zixter displayed the holographic data stream. Thousands upon thousands of emergency contact forms scrolled across the projection, each one listing the same human designation, Aiden Chen, Terra Station 7. This is unprecedented, the Varaxian delegate hissed through translator nodes. One being cannot be responsible for all juvenile predator species across 17 star systems. Stella Martinez, humanity's diplomatic liaison, suppressed a smile. She knew exactly how this had started. It began 3 cycles ago on Frontier Station, Kepler 442. Aiden had been a cargo hauler. Nothing special, just another human doing the work most species considered too dangerous or too boring. He was unloading crystalline, or when he heard it, a small, chittering sound coming from between the cargo containers. Most species would have run. The sound belonged to a Krell juvenile. No larger than a Terran house cat, but already possessing retractable claws that could slice through Adult Krells were apex predators on their homeworld, standing 3 meters tall with exoskeletons that could withstand plasma fire. They were traders now, civilized, but their young retained all the feral instincts of their evolutionary past. Aiden found the cub wedged in a maintenance shaft, mewling pitifully. Its carapace was scraped, and one antenna hung limp. Without hesitation, he'd reached in, ignoring the creature's warning. His hand gently extracted it from the machinery. "Hey there, little guy," he'd murmured, cradling the Krell cub against his chest. "Let's find your parents." The station's security footage went viral across the Galnet, not because of the rescue itself, but because of what happened next. Aiden had spent 6 hours carrying the injured cub through the station, asking every Krell he encountered if they knew the juvenile. The cub, which should have been scratching and biting, instead curled against the human's warmth and purred a sound, Krell. Biologists insisted their species couldn't make. When Aiden finally found the parents in the station's trade quarter, the mother had frozen in shock. Father Krell had readied his combat stance, mandibles spread in threat display. "I think this little one is yours," Aiden had said simply, offering the cub forward. The mother later testified that she expected demands, credits, favors, political leverage. Humans were known for their cunning. Instead, Aiden had just smiled when the cub was safely returned, asked if they needed help getting to medical, and walked away. The Krell matriarch, however, had other plans. "The Krell broodmothers have declared Aiden Chen an honorary saint," Stella explained to the council now, pulling up the historical file. "In their culture, it's the highest honor. It means any Krell juvenile can seek his protection." "That explains one species," the Varaxian delegate countered. "Not 40. Van Stella advanced the presentation. 2 months after the Krell incident, Aiden encountered a thornback whelp on a transport ship, then a razorwing hatchling, then a voidstalker kit. Every time, the same pattern: he'd find lost juveniles, a predator species, comfort them, return them safely to their parents. "Impossible," muttered the silicon-based delegate from Lith. "Predator young are evolutionarily designed to distrust other species. They should have attacked him. They should have," Stella agreed. "But they didn't. Our Zen-up psychologists have a theory. Humans are persistent predators. We evolved to chase prey across vast distances, to outlast them. But we're also social pack bonders who raise our young communally. Somehow Aiden projects both threat and safety. The juveniles sense a predator, but one that won't harm them." The hologram shifted, showing Aiden sitting in a station cafeteria, his lap occupied by a sleeping Shadow Morcuba species, whose adults were banned from 7 sectors due to their aggressive territorial behavior. Around him, a ring of concerned parents from 4 different species waited patiently for their offspring to wake from their naps. "He doesn't even charge for his time," Stella added. "Parents started listing him as emergency contact because he's always answered, always helped. Last month, a distress beacon activated on a colony ship. When rescue arrived, they found Aiden had organized 17 juveniles from 12 predator species into what he called a playgroup to keep them calm during the mechanical failure." The Varaxian delegate's scales shifted. Colorza, sign of deep confusion. What does he gain from this? Stella thought back to her conversation with Aiden last week. She'd asked him the same question over coffee in the station's observation deck. He'd laughed, watching a Krell juvenile chase its own antenna reflection across the floor. "Stella, have you ever seen a scared kid? Doesn't matter what species, they've all got the same look in their eyes. Lost, alone, terrified. I've got nieces and nephews back on Terra. If they were lost on some alien station, I'd hope someone would help them too." He'd shrugged then, that casual human gesture that still baffled most Xenos. "Besides, they're cute when they're not trying to eat your fingers." In the council chamber, Stella concluded her report. Aiden Chen has no political ambitions. He refuses payment, titles, or recognition. He just helps. And now, across the galaxy, when a predator cub is lost, frightened, or injured, they have one universal safe contact. This is a security nightmare, the Vraxian protested weakly. Or, countered the Krell ambassador. Speaking for the first time, it is proof that humans, for all their strange customs, understand something we have forgotten, that protecting the young transcends species, politics, and evolution. The vote was unanimous. Aiden Chen was officially recognized by the Galactic Council as the first universal guardian of juveniles. When Stella sent him the notification, his response was typically human. Cool. Does this mean I get a discount at the station's toy store? These kids are expensive. Attached to the message was a photo. Aiden surrounded by 24 predator cubs of various species, all piled onto him in what humans called a cuddle puddle. His expression showed exhaustion and complete contentment in equal measure. Stella smiled. Humanity had joined the galactic community with their technology, their resilience, their military might, but perhaps their greatest contribution was simpler, the stubborn, irrational insistence that someone, somewhere, should always pick up when a child calls for help, even if that child had claws, fangs, and came from a species that could kill you with a swipe. Especially then. End.